History repeats itself, first as a tragedy and second as a farce. Karl Marx wrote this here, describing how powerful people rewrite history, first through oppression, then through absurdity. And today, book bans are making history repeat itself in the worst way. Book bans have never actually been about protecting people. It's always been about controlling them. The Nazis didn't just burn books because they disagreed with them. They knew that erasing Marxist, Jewish, and leftist literature would make it easier to justify the violence towards them. Then, in the 1950s Red Scare, American officials blacklisted books about socialism, racial justice, and even children's books about peace. Librarians were interrogated, teachers were fired, and the goal? To make sure you've never even considered questioning capitalism. And now, here in the United States, over 10,000 books have been banned in the past year alone. Almost half of those in Florida. The Michael Jordan of book banning boasts about pulling books on racism, gender, and history itself. So what's really happening? Book bans protect people in power. They don't want you reading about class struggle. They don't want you learning about how people fought for their rights before. They don't want the next generation knowing they don't have to accept the world as it is. It's certainly not about inappropriate content. If it were, they'd be banning books that glorify colonialism or war crimes. But they don't, because those narratives serve the system. In these cases, censorship is about keeping people silent. And if history teaches us anything, it's that banning books doesn't stop people from seeking the truth. But it does show us exactly what those in power are afraid of. So are we going to let history repeat as farce? Or do we finally fight back? What's it going to take? Book lovers, let this motivate you into action.